I the a-hole for limiting the amount of time my son's girlfriend can spend at our house. I, 44 female, have 2 kids, a 14-year-old and an 11-year-old. My 14-year-old has a new girlfriend, and we met her a few weeks ago. She's nice, but my son has been having her over more often, and it's getting to be a little bit much. She's here like 5 to 6 days per week. I like her. Her and my son are hanging out, they clean out the kitchen and don't make a ruckus if anything, but I like to be able to decompress when I get into my house with my family, and I have a right to do that. Over the weekend, I told my son that his girlfriend can only come over 3 days a week. I told him that anything more was getting too much for me. If they wanted to hang out after school more often than that, that's fine. But she can't just be at my house 6 days a week. My son thinks I'm being unfair. My husband doesn't really mind her being around, but it is me on this because I do. They're also 14. It's not a necessity to spend 6 days a week together. Am I the a-hole? My son has been kind of upset over my decision. I'm not going to say you're the a-hole because I really don't think you putting rules on your own home is any kind of a-hole behavior. You are not telling your son that they cannot have them over at all. It's just 6 days is a little much. Doesn't she want to be at home? Is kind of like what you're feeling. But what I'm picking up is maybe her home life isn't great if she's spending 90% of her time with you guys. I would maybe, as an adult, kind of look into that. Like, why are you choosing this? I get they're young. Young love burns bright and fast, and it's strong as hell. So they just kind of want to be in each other's presence all the time. Door open, right? They're only 14. Door open. I would not let my mom have that rule. There was no way in hell. Door open. Sure, mom. Unfortunately, my mom was disabled, bedridden a lot of the times, so she couldn't enforce shit. So, and I had my fun. They had their fun. And that's the worry that I would personally have as a parent, having them over 6 days a week. I'm like, yo, is it innocent? Hopefully, that's great. But I'm not going to be the person who's complacent to that and allowing it to happen in my home. Dang it. But no, this isn't anything you should worry about, OP. You are not the a-hole for trying to have some semblance of control over your own home. Like you said, you want to decompress with the family, and she is a very new part of it. Not even part of the family, just who knows how long they're going to be together. It's been not that long, and to be quite frank, she is not a member of the family, and she needs to go home. And so you can decompress, they can decompress, and everybody can have a good time. 6 days is a little excessive, but at the same time, I had people over at my home 24/7. It's hard for me to judge in this instance. Let's see what the comments say. One commenter says, not the a-hole, but I would ask your son if anything is going on at her house. Bam! Right there. Okay, I'm not alone in that. They immediately agree with me. Why does she want to come to your house almost every day? Why do they never try to go to her house? Exactly. She might be having some troubles at home, and that could be why she wants to be at your house so often. Also, have you and your husband met her parents? Them seemingly not caring for their daughter is at her boyfriend's house almost every day, and they possibly haven't even met the parents yet. It's raising a bit of red flags for me. Yeah, I would agree. It kind of sounds like this girl's parents might be checked out and not really care what's going on with their young daughter, which is a very big concern and a big red flag. I would be immediately meeting them, but also we don't have a time frame of how long they've been together, so it's really hard to kind of say when the right time to meet another person's parent is. I would say as soon as my son is saying, oh, this is your girlfriend, oh, they're coming over to my house, let's meet the parents so they know this is in a safe environment. Let's have them over, let's have them for dinner, let's something, because there needs to be a clear communication with how often this kid is in your house. One commenter says, my parents did this for my brother's high school girlfriend when things got really bad at her house, to the point that she ended up staying with us for a while. My dad walled off a bonus common room space and put together a bed frame. My mom got furniture decor and made her own space. She did holidays and vacations with us, stayed in touch even after her and my brother broke things off. That is a beautiful thing to hear. Those are people that truly cared and wanted the best for someone, knew that something was going on and decided, don't worry, we got you, you can stay with us when you need. But also to have the foresight and you made a space for her, and I'm sure when you guys went to sleep, she probably climbed in your, son's bed, but who cares, right? You did something right, and you did something amazing for somebody who was in need, and that is something that should be considered in the current thing that OP is dealing with. I know you want your home to feel like a decompression state, and it still can be. But you need to do your due diligence and make sure this girl's okay, especially if your son really likes them And it sounds like they come over, they do the dishes, they help out. They want to be helpful because they don't want to be kicked out, right? I mean, they could just be being a good person, but they're really trying to seem helpful and like, I'm here to be a good part of this place. So definitely look into it. I hope we get an update, but I'd also love to know what y'all think.